Justice Department did secretly gather information on Trump campaign officials, but never told the Trump campaign about that. All the usual geniuses demand that you not call this spying. Okay, what was it? Joining us now is Julian Epstein, a former chief counsel of Democrats in the House Judiciary Committee. So why is that not spying?
Oh, I agree with everything Byron just said. I mean, I think you are getting caught up in a semantical thing.
Well, I'm not.
Well, the debate is getting caught up. A spy, I think what people think of when they think of a spy is a plant inside a campaign that's getting all kinds of information about the campaign operations. That's not what happened here, by everybody's admission. By everybody's admission, what happened here was the use of an FBI confidential informant, which is standard operating procedure in the FBI. Once the FBI has evidence that a foreign government is trying to co-opt certain individuals who are part of a campaign, in this case Papadopoulos and Carter Page. The FBI informant was simply trying to get, once Carter Page had flown to Russia, had bragged in emails to...
I'm aware of all this, I guess, but he was spying on the campaign.
This was an effort for the FBI to investigate whether or not, based on information they had already gotten,
understand that
there was validity to the Russians
some people have been
these two individuals.
I get it. I understand.
As foreign agents.
There are two levels, but let's just hit the first one. That's spying on the campaign. You're saying it was justified. I'm open-minded.
I'm saying it's very, very limited to two particular individuals.
But it was spying. So when I see these morons on television passing off this propaganda, there wasn't spying. It was spying. So stop lying, A. B, to the question of whether or not it was justified. If they really were concerned about this, that these two people attached to the campaign were in the employ somehow of the Russian government, why didn't they tell the Trump campaign?
Well, they did. They did.
Yeah, Trump says they didn't.
Well, the FBI went to the Trump campaign in July of 2016 and
warned them that they were looking at, that they were spying on the campaign.
No, that the Russians were trying to infiltrate.
No, but why didn't they tell them?
Both campaigns, the Clinton campaign and the Trump campaign.
Okay,
because you normally wouldn't, in the course of investigation, you normally wouldn't go and tell other people that might be caught up in illegal activity that there's certain things
you wouldn't tell the candidate?
FBI would do that.
So here you have the Obama administration.
Not in an ongoing administration.
The Obama administration doing this. Obama has come out against Donald Trump's candidacy, and yet his FBI agents are conducting this spying. And yet they didn't tell. Why not tell Trump? Did they believe he was working for Putin? I mean, seriously.
So there's two reasons. You make it sound like Obama's commanding the FBI.
It's his FBI.
To investigate individuals that the intelligence.
We don't know that, actually.
So there's zero evidence of that. I doubt Byron would say that there's any evidence of that. I doubt anyone would say that.
I'm merely saying they worked for the Obama administration. We don't know the answer because all of these media morons are telling us we have no right to ask. I'm an American. I do have a right, and I want to know what this is about.
Yeah, I don't think there was any political involvement in this decision.
We don't know that.
I think this was. There's no evidence of that, Tucker.
There's no evidence of anything because it's been shut down. We don't know what happened.
Well, the Gang of Eight got a fair amount of information when they met with the Justice Department earlier in the week.
I don't care what some politician knows.
So I'm sure if the loyalists had any information that there was a political involvement in the decision to investigate, that would be
God only knows. I don't trust any of these people. I'm an American citizen and a taxpayer. I've lived here all my life, and I want to know what the hell this was about, and I have a right to know.
But you're also arguing that you don't trust the FBI and the security agencies.
I'm saying, why should I trust any of this? You have one administration spying on its political opponents. We know that. It's been reported by people who hate Trump. There's no debate about that. Why shouldn't I know the full context to it? That's fair.
I would just go back, and I kind of agree with Byron. I mean, this is a case in which the intelligence agencies got information, in one case about Papadopoulos bragging to a foreign diplomat
but why not tell Trump
that he had contacts with the Russians. Hold on, let me finish the point. And then Carter Page, who had gone to Russia, who had been under investigation for years, who had been tried to be recruited by Russian spies in 2013. This is credible evidence by the intelligence agencies that the Russians are trying to
You're evading my question, and I'll end with this. Why not tell Donald Trump that we are spying on your campaign? We've talked to these guys surreptitiously. Why would you keep that from him?
Because
why doesn't he have a right to know that?
Because the information at that point was that the Trump campaign was actively soliciting information from the Russians, at least Papadopoulos was.
So they had
and
evidence
potentially Carter Page.
But there's no evidence that Donald Trump did. There's no evidence now.
But also no knowledge on the FBI as to how far up the campaign it goes. So why would you inform a potential target of an investigation that they're being targeted on counterintelligence?
Because
no FBI would do that.
It's a political campaign. Boy, if this were happening on the other side, as God watches, I would be honest enough to say, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Let's agree on something.
If Trump was doing this, to Elizabeth Warren a year from now, I would be very worried about it.
And I think that's an honest point. And let us finish on this point, because I think we could actually find some agreement. I think the idea of the FBI ever going into a campaign, a political campaign, whether it's Clinton or Trump, is very disturbing and should meet very, very high standards.
Good.
The point we should agree on is the Inspector General ought to look at this, and the Inspector General ought to determine
like
whether
yesterday,
this was entirely kosher or whether it wasn't kosher.
Well,
I think the evidence will show what Gowder.
But first, if I hear another person on television lecture me about how there was no spying when there was spying, I'm going to say, you're lying.
It's a semantical discussion.
It's true.
It's a use of a confidential informant.
Yeah.
I mean, but
that's just another euphemism. All right. Now they're barking at me. We got to go. Julian, thank you.
It's an important distinction.
Patrons in a bar in Portland recently financed a reparations happy hour because nothing compensates for historical sins like cocktails.